Hey, welcome back to Rookie Roost. I'm Sean, and this channel follows the building of and life within a tiny house on wheels. Not a whole lot has happened this week, but all the insulation is done. Every single wall, ceiling, the floor, it's all done. So we can actually move forward with walls now, and that's a huge step forward. We did it all in one day, and I gotta say thank you to Jason and Catherine for helping Jackie and I complete it as quickly as we did. But this will just be another short update this week because that's all we did. We were going to get around to doing the vapor barrier on the walls, but other things came up this week, and so it's going to get pushed off until this next weekend. And in other news, we're going to be moving the house again fairly soon. Jackie's been pretty aggressively looking for a place to park it, to live in it, which is exciting, but before it moves, we really want to get these walls on so that all the insulation stays put, which shouldn't be too difficult. We figure it'd only take one weekend of going really hard to get the siding on the interior at least up. It won't be painted, it won't be grouted and all that, but it'll be up. I think my favorite part about having insulation in the walls is the way it sounds in here now. When I have all the windows and the door closed, it actually sounds like you've went somewhere else. You're not just out in the world where you can hear everything. Of course, once the wall boards do go up, you'll get that early reflection kind of sound, that little bit of an echo. The insulation absorbs sound, so you know. But that'll be temporary. Once this house is full of stuff, I'm sure there will be no echo at all. We've been thinking a lot again about the future of the tiny house, who's going to live in it, where it's going to be parked, whether or not we're even going to keep it, and we definitely have a few ideas floating around. We're not going to tell you about them just yet, but basically at this point, it's either Jackie lives in it, or it just sits empty for a while. My situation has changed a little bit. I'm working full-time and living quite a bit away from work, so I ended up buying a car, and so I've got car payments to juggle now, and it doesn't make a ton of sense for me to rent a spot for the tiny house to live in. If I had my own property to put the tiny house on, it would be a-okay, I would just do that, but that's not in the cards for at least another couple of years. So like I said, either it goes into storage or Jackie makes use of it. So it's been a little while since we've talked about how much the tiny house has cost. As of today, we're sitting at about $33,250. That's quite a bit over what we thought we'd initially spend on the house, but a lot of that does include all the tools we've bought. That's about, I think it's like $3,000 or $4,000 worth of tools, and all the fees and all the rentals and stuff like that, including all the rental fees from when it was in the storage lot. So as far as the actual structure is concerned, it's probably sitting underneath 30 grand still, which is pretty reasonable, but we still have the entire interior to do. And we do have all the appliances already, but the plywood we're using for the walls, that's not cheap. Flooring, we'll try to get that cheap. And then there's still stuff like the kitchen sink and all the cabinetry and all that. So if I had to guess today where it's gonna sit, not including the price of all the tools and all the weird fees we've had to put in, probably about $35,000. That's Canadian after tax. Anyways, that's it for this update. I'll see you guys again next week. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, leave a comment, subscribe if you're new. I hope to see you next time at the Roost.
That's a real way to say it.